Hello everyone, welcome to my channel hdorionn. We are studying accountancy for class 12th from T.S. Grewal's textbook 2023 edition, Accounting for Partnership Firms. Chapter 3, Change in Profit Sharing Ratio Among Existing Partners. And in this video, we will study accounting treatment for reserves, accumulated profits and losses. So let us see some questions from the textbook. So accounting treatment for reserves, accumulated profits and losses we will study in this video. The reserves, accumulated profits and losses are the undistributed profits of previous years. All the profits which the firm earns is not actually distributed or appropriated among the partners. Some portion of it is kept as a reserve, uncertain financial problems in the future. So these profits are to be distributed to the partners because the constitution of the firm has changed. From the old profit sharing ratio, the firm has now changed to new profit sharing ratio. As a result, all the accumulated profits or losses or undistributed profits in the form of reserves which the firm has maintained in the past in the balance sheet, that has to be paid to the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. One should understand this because these profits are related to previous years, and previous years there was old profit sharing ratio. So these accumulated profits and losses and reserves of previous years will be paid to the partners in their capital accounts in old profit sharing ratio unless otherwise stated in the question. In order to understand this, let us see question number 14. Nitya and Anand are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses equally. With effect from 1st April 2023, they decided to share future profits in the ratio of 3:2. On the date of change in the profit sharing ratio, the profit and loss account had a credit balance of rupees 1,50,000. Pass the necessary journal entry for the distribution of the balance in the profit and loss account before the change in profit sharing ratio. Because the profit sharing ratio has changed and therefore the undistributed profit of previous year is to be given to the partners and has to be given in old profit sharing ratio. So one simple journal entry we need to pass. Solution 14, we have to pass a single journal entry for treatment of profit and loss account which is showing a credit balance in the books. Credit balance in the books means it is a liability and it is shown on the liability side, and therefore in order to remove it or in order to cancel it or in order to merge it with partners capital account, we have to debit it. So profit and loss account debited. Profit and loss account will be debited because it was showing a credit balance and now it is debited and closed, and there was rupees 1,50,000 in this. Means this is previous year's profits which the firm has not distributed to the partners, and therefore it will be given to the partners now because the constitution has changed. Nitya's capital account it will be transferred to, and to other partner Anand. In old ratio. Old ratio is 1:1. So 1,50,000 divided by 2 is 75,000 rupees each. So in this way, the profit and loss account is closed and partners are benefited in old ratio. You don't have to calculate sacrificing or gaining ratio, and new ratio is also not to be taken. It is only old ratio. Now let us see question number 15. Om and Shiv are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 4:1. They decided to share future profits in the ratio of 3:2 with effect in force 1st April 2023. On that date, profit and loss account showed a debit balance of rupees 1 lakh. Pass journal entry to give effect to the above. Now here it is stated profit and loss account showed a debit balance of rupees 1 lakh. It means it is a loss. And debit balance means it is listed in the asset side in the balance sheet. So because it's a debit balance, it will be credited and closed. So what should be debited? In a journal entry, there has to be some debit also. So partner's capital account will be debited. And this distribution or transfer will happen in old profit sharing ratio. So solution 15. On 1st April 2023, there is a debit balance in profit and loss account which we have to transfer to partner's capital account. So Om's capital account debited, and other partner Shiv's capital account also debited to profit and loss account. In this case, it is a loss showing a debit balance in the books, so it is credited and closed, and the amount is rupees 1 lakh. And this transfer is to be made in old profit sharing ratio, and that was 4:1. So 1 lakh divided by 5 is 20,000. 20,000 multiplied by 4 is 80,000. So a loss of 80,000 will be borne by Om and 20,000 by Shiv. So this is the journal entry. Now let us see question number 16. A, B and C, who are presently sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5:3:2, decide to share future profits and losses in the ratio of 2:3:5. Now, because there is change in profit sharing ratio, give the journal entry to dissolve workman compensation reserve of rupees 1,20,000 at the time of change in profit sharing ratio when no other information is given and when there is no claim against it. Now here one should understand what is workman compensation reserve. Workman compensation reserve is also a part of previous year's profit which the firm has separately maintained for this purpose. That is a specific purpose. Workman compensation, in order to compensate workmen at certain circumstances. Fine. For that the firm has kept a reserve of rupees 1,20,000. Now, because the profit sharing ratio has changed and therefore this undistributed profit of previous year in the form of workman compensation reserve has to be transferred to partner's capital account, because the constitution, a new profit sharing ratio and a new design has come in the firm. And there are two circumstances given here. First is no other information is given, means no other information regarding how much is the claim against workman compensation reserve is not there. Fine. And the second is there is no claim against it. Now both these sentences are of same meaning. This is actually saying this only. So the words are different, but the meaning here is the same. So in both the cases, we will have to pass the same journal entry. So you should understand here that when no other information is given, it means there is no claim against it. And accordingly, you have to pass the journal entry. So solution 16. In this, we have to transfer workman compensation reserve to partner's capital account. And workman compensation reserve is always, all the sorts of reserves are always credit balances. And therefore, they will be debited and closed. So on whatever date it is, 1st of April, date is not given, but I am taking a date here, workman compensation reserve. And this is of how much rupees? 1,20,000. It is transferred now to partners A, B and C. So to A's capital account, to B's capital account and to C's capital account. In their old profit sharing ratio, because this undistributed profit is related to previous year's profit and in previous year there was old profit sharing ratio. and the old profit sharing ratio is 5:3:2. So A will be getting rupees 60,000 and rupees 36,000 and rupees 24,000. 1,20,000 broken in the ratio 5:3:2. So this is how the old undistributed profits and reserves are to be transferred to partners capital account. Now let us see the next question. Question number 18. Ashok, Bhim and Chetan, not 18, it is 17. X, Y and Z, who were sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5:3:2, decided to share future profits in the ratio of 2:3:5. Give the journal entries to distribute workman compensation reserve of rupees 1,20,000 at the time of change in profit sharing ratio when there is a claim of rupees 80,000 against it. So workman compensation reserve is made in order to compensate the workers in case there is a claim. Fine. The claim can be regarding any type of loss, injury to the workmen in the factory place or in the business place. So it is the responsibility of a good employer to compensate the workers with money, with some amount of money. So for that reason, this reserve is created, and there is a claim from the workers side to compensate a claim of rupees 80,000. So out of rupees 1,20,000, 80,000 is to be kept for compensating the workers, and the remaining, that is the difference, 40,000 will be transferred to partners capital account in their old profit sharing ratio. So solution 17, we have to treat workman compensation reserve, and all the reserves are credit balances, so we will debit and close it. So workman compensation reserve, workman reserve account will be debited and closed. There is 1,20,000 rupees in this. Now there has emerged a claim also. Workers have claimed an amount of rupees 80,000. So one portion to workman compensation claim. So this 80,000 cannot be transferred to partner's capital account. It cannot be given. Now it is not a an amount which can be transferred to the partners. It is not a profit now because a claim is there. So we have to meet the claim. And the remaining 40,000, now remaining 40,000 is there. So that will be transferred to partners X, Y and Z. So to X capital account, to Y's capital account, to Z's capital account in their old profit sharing ratio, which is 5:3:2. So break 40,000 rupees in this ratio, you get 20,000 rupees which will be transferred to X, then 12,000 rupees will be transferred to Y, and remaining 8,000 to partner Z. So this is how the entry is to be made. Now let us see question number 18. Ashok, Bhim and Chetan, who were sharing profits in the ratio of 5:3:2, decided to share profits in the ratio of 2:3:5 with effect from 1st April 2023. Workman compensation reserve existed at rupees 1,20,000 in the balance sheet as at 31st March 2023, and workman compensation claim of rupees 1,50,000 exists. Past journal entries for the accounting treatment of workman compensation reserve. Now here in this case, there is an undistributed profit kept by the firm in the form of workman compensation reserve of rupees 1,20,000. But the claim against it is rupees 1,50,000, which is 30,000 rupees more than the reserve. So Entire 1,20,000 will be used to settle the claim. No portion from 1,20,000 will be transferred to partner's capital account because there is a claim, and this claim is again beyond the reserve. So even the partners will have to bear the burden of excess 30,000 rupees. Fine. So how the journal entry is to be passed? Let us see. So workman compensation reserve, being a credit balance, will be debited and closed on 1st of April 2023. Is debited, and the amount of reserve is how much? Rupees 1,20,000. But there is a claim against it for rupees 1,50,000. Fine. So to workman compensation claim of rupees 1,50,000. Now in a journal entry, debit and credit amount should be equal. So on the debit side, we have to, there emerges a balancing figure of rupees 30,000, and now for this we have to write a revaluation account. Revaluation account. It is a new term for you, but in such type of cases, revaluation account is to be opened, and from here it will be transferred to partner's capital account, because there are many items which will be transferred to revaluation account. In this question, there is only one item, but in other questions, as we move ahead with the topic, like admission of a partner and other full-fledged questions, you will find that there are various items which is to be transferred to the revaluation account. Revaluation account is also called by name profit and loss adjustment account, because in this increase or decrease in assets and liabilities are recorded. But for this time, for time being, we should only understand that any excess amount which is beyond the reserve as a claim against the reserve, it is to be transferred to the revaluation account. By doing so, the firm has accepted the claim. You see, the claim is made, but it is not necessary that the claim will be accepted in full. So whatever the claim was there, the firm has accepted it. So when it has accepted it, so there is a loss of rupees 30,000 to the firm, which is recorded in the name of revaluation account, and now it will be transferred to partner's capital account. So revaluation account is showing a debit here, so it will be transferred to partner's capital account, Ashok, Bhim and Chetan. So Ashok's capital account debited, because capital accounts are fluctuating. What is that? Bhim's capital account also debited, and then Chetan. To revaluation account or profit and loss adjustment account, 30,000 rupees. Now this will also be transferred in old profit sharing ratio, which is 5:3:2. So when you break 30,000 in 5:3:2, it is 15,000 rupees, and then 9,000 rupees, and then 6,000 rupees. So in this way, the loss is transferred, and you can see here that what all money was there in workman compensation reserve was all utilized to meet the workman compensation claim. Now question number 19. A, B and C, who are sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5:3:2, decide to share future profits in the ratio of 2:3:5. Give the journal entry to distribute investment fluctuation reserve of rupees 20,000 at the time of change in profit sharing ratio, when investment market value rupees 95,000 appears in the books at rupees 1 lakh. So here this term investment fluctuation reserve, we should understand this, what it is. As the name suggests, investment fluctuation reserve is something related to investment and the fluctuation of its market value. Because investments are rarely stable in the market, its value increases or decreases every day, every minute, one can say, and therefore the firm has made a reserve or separated a portion of profit in the name of reserve to meet the fluctuations of investments in the market. Fine. So whenever the market price goes down, there is a loss to the firm, and this loss will be compensated by this reserve. And in this reserve, there is 20,000 rupees. So till 20,000 rupees, the the losses of investments in the market can be absorbed. Fine. So you see here, when the investments market price is 95,000, appears in the books at rupees 1 lakh. So investments of rupees 1 lakh is having a market price of rupees 95,000. So there is a decrease in the value of investments by rupees 5,000, which will be absorbed or which will be compensated by the reserve made by the firm of rupees 20,000. So out of 20,000, 5,000 will be for adjusting the prices of investments in the market, and the remaining 15,000 will be distributed to the partners in their profit sharing ratio. So like any other reserve, investment fluctuation reserve is also a credit balance which will be debited and closed. So investment fluctuation reserve. The firm has kept a rupees 20,000 rupees for the fluctuations in the investments in the market to absorb the losses of investments. Now there is a loss of rupees 5,000. So to investment. So investment being an asset always shows a debit balance, but a decrease in the value of investments. For that reason, investment account will be credited here. So market price is less than the book value. Book value of investment is rupees 1 lakh, but market price is rupees 95,000. So 5,000 loss will be compensated from the reserve, and remaining 15,000 will be paid to the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So to A's capital account, to B's capital account, and to C's capital account. So it is 7,500, and then 4,500 and 3,000. So in this old profit sharing ratio, it is paid to the partners. The remaining amount, not the full amount. Now let us see question number 20. Nitin, Tarun and Amar are partners sharing profits equally and decide to share profits in the ratio of 2:2:1. So there is a change in profit sharing ratio with effect in force from 1st April 2023. The extract of balance sheet as at 31st March 2023 is as follows. Now here is an extract given. Extract means a small portion of balance sheet with one or two, means, or it's not a complete balance sheet, but only the related information is given here. So a portion or a part of balance sheet shown is known as extract of balance sheet. Here in this we find on the liability side investment fluctuation reserve of rupees 60,000, and this reserve is made for the investments. Investments at cost is given rupees 4 lakh. Cost means, you know that the cost concept in accountancy, that whatever we purchase, whatever price, the cost at which we have acquired the asset, that will be shown in the balance sheet. So at cost, it means the firm has acquired these investments for rupees 4 lakh, but the market value of investments keep on fluctuating every day. So there are five situations given here where the market value is to be compared with the book value, and the treatment of reserve is expected in this question as solution. So pass the journal entry in each of the following situations when the market value is not given. When the market value is not given, it means the book value is the market. Second, when the market value is the book value itself. Third, when the market value is more than the book value. You see, more than the book value, then what journal entry will be there? When the market value is less than the book value, but it is within the loss here. See, less than the book value, but the loss is within the investment fluctuation reserve. And the fifth case is when the market value is less than the book value, but the loss here is more than the investment fluctuation reserve. So let us see journal entries related to all these 5 cases. So case A, when its market value is not given, then the entire reserve which is kept in the firm will be given to partners Nitin, Tarun and Amar. So it is investment fluctuation reserve. Investment fluctuation reserve account debited, because all the reserves are credit balances, so it has to be debited to be closed. And there is how much rupees? 60,000 rupees therein, and there is no market value of the investments given. It means it's the book value only. There is no loss, there is no profit on this, and therefore entire reserve will go to partners. Nitin's capital account to Tarun's capital account, and to Amar. And this reserve is related to previous year where there was no new profit sharing ratio. So it is related to old profit sharing ratio only. So it will be given to the partners in their old profit sharing ratio, which is 1:1:1. So 20,000 each partner will get. So this is the journal entry for case A. Now, case B says when the market value is rupees 4 lakh, which is nothing but the book value itself. Book value. It means there is no increase or decrease in the value of investment in the market. So the journal entry for this case will be same as case A. So same as A above. So we need not to pass any special journal entry. It is the repeated entry to be made because the market value and the book value are same. So there is no increase in the prices nor there is decrease in the prices of investments. Now case 3, when the market value is rupees 4,24,000. We know that the book value is rupees 4 lakh. So there is an increase in the value of investments. So it is a profit to the firm. And therefore the reserves are of no use here. The entire reserve maintained cannot be utilized because the reserves are only meant for decrease in the value of investment. So here there is an increase. So the entire reserve made for investment will be transferred to partners' capital account in their profit sharing ratio as we have discussed in the first 2 cases. So the same journal entry will be passed here. And there will be more entries for here in this third case because increase in the value of investment is of rupees 24,000. That also we have to record. So the value of asset is increasing by 24,000. For that, investments account will further be debited. So investment account will be rupees 24,000 increase because in the books it is shown 4 lakh and now it is 4,24,000. So increase in investment, and it will be transferred, it will be recorded in a revaluation account. All the increase and decrease in the assets are recorded in revaluation account, and therefore it is first recorded in revaluation account, and in the next entry we will transfer this profit. It's a profit. This profit to partners capital account being increase in value of investment. Now this profit will be transferred to partners capital account. So revaluation account will be debited, because earlier it is credited, now it will be debited and closed and transferred to partners capital account, to Nitin, to Tarun, and to Amar. And profit sharing ratio is equal, so 8,000 rupees each. Being profit transferred in old ratio, which is 1:1:1. So this is case 3. Now fourth case is when its market value is rupees 3,70,000, which is 30,000 rupees less than the book value. In the books it is written 4 lakh, and now it is 3,70,000. So there is a loss in the investment for rupees 30,000, which can be easily compensated from investment fluctuation reserve, which maintains a balance of rupees 60,000. So investment fluctuation reserve. Anyhow, we have to close this reserve. Fine. So we will, all the reserves are credit balances, so it will be debited and closed. And to investment, we will not transfer this decrease in the value of investment in revaluation account, because there is a reserve for it. Fine. So out of 60,000, what is the decrease in the value? When you compare it with rupees 4 lakh, the loss is of rupees 30,000. So 30,000 is within the reserve, so it will be compensated from here. Right. For this, you do not have to maintain a revaluation account, because till 60,000 rupees it can be adjusted against investment fluctuation reserve. If the decrease in the value of investment is more than 60,000, in that case, for that more amount, we will open a revaluation account, not here. And now 30,000 is still there in the reserve, which will be given to the partners in their profit sharing, old profit sharing ratio, which is 1:1:1. So 10,000 rupees each. So this is the journal entry for case 4. Now, fifth case, when its market value is rupees 3,10,000, which is 90,000 rupees less than the book value. And this 90,000 rupees is even more than the investment fluctuation reserve. So investment fluctuation reserve will be debited and closed, and value of investment has decreased by rupees 90,000. So investment will be decreased, and this 90,000, out of this 90,000, 60,000 is adjusted against the investment fluctuation reserve, but remaining 30,000, the revaluation account is to be maintained. Revaluation account is to be maintained. So we can write here, being decrease in the value of investments. So this is what? This is a loss to the partners. So this loss will be transferred to them in their old profit sharing ratio. So this loss will be transferred to partners capital account in their old profit sharing ratio, which is 1:1:1. So 10,000 rupees each partner will get. So this way the question is to be solved. I hope that you have watched the full video and listened to the explanation provided, and you have understood the concept very well. I know you are liking my videos very much. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing and sharing this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.